series. This is episode 5. If you haven't already, I would highly recommend that you check out the first 4 episodes where we look at the hamstrings, hip flexors, adductors, and the calves. In today's 5th installment, we're looking at the quadriceps. Now, most team sport athletes would be pretty familiar with the quads. They're a muscle group that most people train in the gym, and it's a very important muscle for kicking, decelerating, lower body strength and power output. It's one of the major players in that. But what we're looking at today is targeting and isolating this muscle. Now, we all know what squats are and those types of exercises, but this episode is just going to look at some real basic exercises you can do at home to isolate that muscle group, so the quads, without having to go to the gym and have a lot of equipment. So let's dig in. As always, if you enjoy this video today, please do give it a like or subscribe to our channel. Every time we get new subscribers or likes, it really does encourage us to keep creating content, so we really appreciate it. The first exercise in the quad series is a very basic exercise here. So what you need to do is be on the ground. If you've got a band, this will definitely come in useful, but you can do the exercise without. So what we're going to do is wrap that around our feet and have it at our ankles, laying all the way out. And what we're going to do is simply just lift our leg up one at a time, engaging that quad. So up, holding 3 to 5 seconds, and back down. Now, if you've got a band or some type of resistance, it's going to work this quad a lot better. But if you don't, you can do it without the band and just hold for a bit longer. So I'll demonstrate that one again. So up, holding 3 or 5 seconds, engaging that quad, back down, and one more. The next exercise in the quad series is a reverse Nordic. So the Nordic hamstring curl you might have heard of, where you lean forward. This one we're going to go backwards. So to set up, I'd recommend that you get a mat, because it is quite arduous on your knees. What you're going to do is point your toes into the ground. This is going to really help you get further back. And what we're going to do is hands across the chest, and we're going to lean back. And what you want to do is keep your spine and your hips as straight as possible. We don't want you to bend like this. You only go as far as you can while keeping that straight. So leaning back as far as you can go, and then coming back forward and keeping this as straight as you possibly can. Digging the toes in will help you keep that position. Again, I'll demonstrate again. And back up. The next exercise in the quad series is a single leg sit to stand. So if you've got a box or a chair or anything that you can sit on and then step up from, you'll need that for this exercise. Now, it's a pretty simple one. So what you do is we're going to be using one leg, so lift the other one off the ground here, and what we're trying to do is stand up just using that leg and that quad. So I'll demonstrate now. So up, driving up through this leg, using that quad, back down, repeating that, drive up. Again, this single leg exercise, so make sure that you do it on both sides. So lifting that foot up, driving, make sure you balance. Obviously this is my non-dominant leg, so you've got to work on that as well. You can see it's a little bit shakier than the other. Driving up. And there you have it. So unlike a lot of the other muscles that we've looked at in the Bulletproof series, the quads are a little bit harder to isolate at home with minimal equipment. So the first few exercises that we have gone through are probably the best options if you don't have that equipment. I did want to steer clear from doing squat type movements, because these are the exercises you traditionally do if you go to the gym. But the one that I've chosen, which is the best bang for buck, I think, in terms of targeting your quad at home, and it is quite difficult, so you don't need a lot of equipment or additional resistance if you haven't done it before, is the split squat. So the split squat, I'll show from side on. We assume a split stance position, so 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. The foot that's back, we want to be up on our toes, and this front foot, we want to be driving through our heel to make sure that we're targeting that front quad. So the front leg is the leg that we're targeting the quad of. So we go down, keeping our chest up, neutral spine, working through here, driving up through that heel, back up, making sure that that back leg knee doesn't touch the ground. Back up, one more. Okay, and then of course we do the other side. I'll show it from a front on position as well. So front leg forward, back, we're on the toe, and then we're down, driving up, making sure we're driving through that heel of that front leg. Now, of course, if you do have additional resistance, so weights like here, or you've got stuff at home, please do use it. It'll make it a little bit more difficult and challenge you a bit more and target that quad. But if you don't, you can do that simple exercise.